All right, seniors, it's graduation day. I'm actually going to see a bunch of you. Well, some of you maybe. I'm going to be an escort for graduating seniors this afternoon. I saw a couple of you this morning already. Um, but hey, your grades are done and finalized. I've input them into Power School and I've recorded them at the college as well. Um, a couple of things to remember. First, whatever grade you got this quarter will also be the grade that you got for third quarter. So when you look at Power School right now, you don't have a grade on third quarter, but you do for fourth. That'll be the same grade for both quarters. As far as the uh, college goes, well, both. For fourth quarter, you could choose to if you're not happy with the grade that you received, you can switch it from an ABCD grade to a pass/no credit grade. And in this announcement, I've linked the grade change policy. And this is an email I received from Kevin Simmons, who's in charge of the concurrent enrollment at Dixie State. Let's see if I can zoom in. It says once your grades have been posted, so May 8th was the deadline, so I had to have grades done by tomorrow, and so I got them done today. Students will have until Friday, May 22nd to decide whether they will keep their letter grade, which you gave them, meaning the teacher, or opt to change it to a pass no credit. They do this by logging into their MyDixie account. See below. Students who do not remember their D number or password can retrieve it here. Okay, so I've attached this PDF to this announcement, and there's the instructions. This is where they will go to find the option to change their grade to a pass/no credit. There's a survey to fill out as part of the request, which will help them decide if it's the best move to do so. Okay, here's the chart used by DSU to assist students on their decision. So if you get an A or an A minus, they recommend keeping the letter grade. And I know for some of you, you're all really high achievers in high school. An A minus seems devastating to you, and I'm not trying to like undermine your accomplishments, but I'm just saying if you elect to not accept an A minus because you think you can get an A, college is quite difficult, and there might be the possibility that later on in college you get some B's in some classes. I know B's, but the uh, the A minus could actually serve to raise your GPA if you get less than an A minus later on. But if you want to make sure that you have a clean slate going in, you can switch the A minus to a P. Same thing with B plus B or B minuses. The college recommends that you keep those, but they do have some advisors that you can communicate with on campus, so it'll help you understand if it would be better to take the P or not. C plus C, C minus, speak with an advisor. This is the college grade scale. If you got below the high school level, if you got above an 11%, you got a pass. But at the college level, if you got below a 70, you did not receive credit. So anyway, this PDF is on the announcement. If you're not happy with the letter grade that you received, you need to go into Dixie's website and request it be changed from a letter grade to a pass/no credit. Now, it's also important for you to understand that the college and the high school record their grades totally separately. So if you make the change at the college, that will affect the college grade. It will not affect the grade at the high school level. You need to contact the counseling office if you're wanting to change to a pass/fail system for your high school grade as well. All right. Hopefully that makes sense to all of you. I wanted to explain that. And anyway, just some departing comments. I was really pleased with this class, and I was pleased with the work that you all put in to complete those final research papers. As I was reading them, I was just really impressed, and I was trying to think about where I was at when I was graduating high school, and if I would have been able to produce anything that was close to what you all did. And I don't think I could have. I think I was a good thinker at that point, but the way that you all organized your thoughts and wrote about some pretty heavy topics it made me proud of all of you. And I'm glad to have been your teacher. I'm glad that wherever you go after this, you'll be able to tell people about your English teacher, your senior year, and I'll be proud to be mentioned as your teacher when you start writing. Obviously, I mean, this has been hammered home. This year is crazy. Uh, I will remember you guys for the rest of my life for a variety of reasons. One, I just liked you. I liked having you as my students. Two, I don't know if you remember, but earlier this year, I don't know if you can see, but I dropped hot glue on my arm, and apparently I'm going to have a scar there for the rest of my life. So I'm going to remember you for that. But then also, I'll always remember the Corona year, the year that schools went online and we had to change the curriculum from face-to-face instruction to online instruction. And I had Google Meets with you, and you didn't get to have your regular graduation and stuff like that. So I'll remember you guys for forever. Big thing, I've mentioned it before, but I want to hammer it home. This is a great opportunity for you to prepare for life, because what you experienced is what happens in life a lot. You had expectations, you were deserving of those expectations, and yet something out of your control arose and prohibited you from fulfilling those expectations. And it wasn't fair and it wasn't right, but it was what it was. And you can use these lessons to empower you to kind of be able to roll with the punches in the rest of your life. There's a saying, one of my English teacher when I was in high school he said, if you want to make God laugh, make a plan. And what he meant was that, plans are great to have, but rarely do they work out perfectly. And you can see that on a large scale. The plan was for us to finish school, for you to go to graduation and all that stuff. We had to change. We had to do something different. And I think you can adopt that in your life, that have a plan, have a strategy for how you're going to do things, but don't be so set in it that when the unexpected occurs, that you're totally decimated by it. Be empowered to be able to think quickly on your feet, to make adjustments, to see the big picture, and to understand what's really important. I'll give you a quote. A bunch of you that were my former athletes will have heard me say this, but it's one of my favorite quotes of all time, and it works perfectly because of our school mascot, which is the warrior. But there's a saying, and it's on a poster in my room, but it says, when fate whispers to the warrior, you cannot withstand the storm, the warrior whispers back, I am the storm. So be the storm in your life. Make your environment a product of you, not you a product of your environment. So even when there's all this crazy stuff going on around you, you be the one that controls your circumstances instead of your circumstances controlling you. And like I just said, there are things that are out of your control, but you can control you and how you are in that. Okay, I'll see some of you later today. It'll be good to see you. I'll be wearing a mask and gloves and walking some of you through the graduation stuff we've got going on here at the high school. But if I don't see you, it was great to have you as students. Now that you're not my students anymore, feel free to stay in touch. Social media exists, and I did not let students follow me, but feel free to make those requests now. I'd love to see what your futures hold and what you do in your lives. Let's have a reunion party one day. Maybe we could have a Gatsby party or something like that in the future when we're allowed to congregate again, and we could talk about the time that school got canceled, but we still graduated anyway. All right, guys. I missed having you in class. I missed seeing you. I'll see some of you today, but go get it. Go do what you want in life and be awesome. Keep being awesome. All right. I'm out.